Google Flow is an incredible tool for creating videos and images with your Google AI subscription. But the first time that you open it up, it can feel very overwhelming. Fortunately for you, I've spent countless hours inside of Flow, and I've discovered that there are really only a few things you need to learn in order to master 80% of what it can do. So instead of spending hours trying to learn every feature that Flow has, let me just show you the basics so that you can get up and running and using Flow in just a few minutes. You can find Google Flow at this URL, which I know is quite long, so I'll also have it linked in the description down below for you. Everything you do in Google Flow is organized into projects. So we'll start by clicking right here where it says New Project. Down here is the prompt box. This is where you tell Flow what images or videos you want it to create for you. We'll start with a simple example. Make sure you click on this menu, and this is where you can choose if you want Flow to create an image for you or a video. We'll start with an image. You can also select the aspect ratio. I'll select 9:16. And another unique feature in comparison to creating images inside of the Gemini app is that you can choose how many outputs Flow creates for you. So if I select 4, for instance, it will create 4 images for me. But for this demo, I just want to select 2 of them. Then you can choose the image generation model. Right now, this gives you access to Nano Banana Pro, Nano Banana 2, and Imagen 4. I'll select Nano Banana 2. Down here, you'll see how many credits this generation is going to cost you. And sometimes it will cost you 0 credits. We'll talk more about credits later, but the good news is this generation is going to be free. Now we can describe what image we want Flow to make for us. Again, we'll keep it simple. So I'll just say a cat. Then to have Flow start the generation, just click on this arrow. Now you see Flow generating both of these images, and the first one is now done. Let's see what it made for us. So this is the first image, and I quite like it. I think it looks really nice. And I'll click up here to see the second image. And that one also looks nice. But for what I'm using, I want this image. However, it's not perfect. So I want to make some changes to this. And I can do that just by describing right here what changes I want Flow to make. So instead of a blue towel down here or blanket, I'll tell it to change the blue blanket to orange. And then I can submit that change. Over here on the right, we can see the original image that was generated for us. And we can now see it is generating our new edit. And here we go. The same exact image, but now the blanket is orange. If I want to see the original one, I can click on the right here on the original one and click back and forth to compare the two of them. But I really like this orange one, so I'll select that one and then click on the top right where it says done. So now we see we have the 2 images that were generated. So this one we didn't make any changes to, so it's exactly the way it was when we first generated it. And now we have this one, which we made one edit to. If at any point you decide, you know what, I don't like the orange blanket, I want to go back to that blue blanket, you can click on the image and over here on the right, select the one with the blue blanket and click on done, and you'll see it is now the blue blanket. Now that I have this image of this cat, I want to create another variation on this where it's the same cat in a different environment. So I'll come back down to this prompt box and I'll click on this plus icon. Here you'll see all the media inside this project, which are the 2 images that we have. I'll select the one of the cat on the blanket and click Add to Prompt. Now Flow is going to reference that image when it creates our new images. So I'll just tell it, create an image of this same cat in a tree. I don't need to change any settings, and then I'll click on the Send button. Great, so now we have 2 new images of the same cat, but now it's outside in a tree. Once again, I want to edit one of these images. So I'll click on this one and tell it, make it winter. Now it's editing that image. And there we go. So I'm happy with that. So I'll click on the top right where it says done. So I want to make sure that this part is really clear. When you generate images, you'll see all your images right here. We have image 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you want to create a new image, you come down to the prompt box and you can attach a prior image as a reference to make sure that you have the character consistency. If you want to edit an image, that's when you want to actually click on the image and describe what change you want to make down here. Again, over here on the right, you can see all the edits that were made, but you can still think of this as one image. Whether it's a blue blanket or an orange blanket, it's still one image, because when you click on done, you don't see both the blue and orange blanket here, you only see the one. So clicking in is for editing, and coming down to the prompt box is for creating new images. So now we have 3 images of our cat, and this fourth one, which doesn't match because this was from the first generation. So I'll click on these 3 dots and I'll click on move to trash. Let's now create a video based on these images. So I'll come back down to the prompt box. I'll click on the plus icon and I'll select one of the images of the cat, like this one, and click add to prompt. Now on this menu, I'll move from image to video. There are 2 choices here, frames or ingredients. For this video, I'll show you how to use ingredients. And ingredients are basically the inputs. So that includes the text that you write here and any images or references that you attach. So here, this is one of our ingredients. Returning back to the menu, you can select the aspect ratio. You want to make sure that the aspect ratio matches the aspect ratio of the reference image if you're using one. So since the reference image is 9:16, I'll select 9:16. Once again, you can select the number of outputs. For video, I really suggest you only do 1 because it uses more credits. Then you can select the generation model. Right now, Omni is the best, so I'll select that one. And you can choose the length. The longer the video is, the more credits it's going to cost you. I'll go with 6 seconds. And you see right now, this will use 10 credits, but this can always change. Then of course, you can describe what you want to happen in the video. So I'll put in the cat rolls over on his back and I'll send that along. Video generation can sometimes take a minute. So while we're waiting for that, let's take a look at today's sponsor, i10x. i10x is an all-in-one platform that gives you access to all the best AI models with one subscription. So here inside the dashboard, if we start a new chat, you can see that you can select between models from OpenAI like GPT 5.5, models from Google like 3.5 Flash or 3.1 Pro. We have Grok 4.3, Claude 4.6 Sonnet, DeepSeek, and ZAI. And even though you're not using those models natively, you're not giving up a lot. You still have access to third-party tools like Zoom, Zendesk, YouTube, Telegram, for instance. And you can turn on things like knowledge bases, memory, and web search. Your subscription also comes with image generation. You'll get access to models like Nano Banana 2, Image 2 from OpenAI, and Nano Banana Pro, and even video generation using models like Kling and Google Veo. i10x starts at just $8 a month if you go with annual billing, or $10 a month if you pay month to month. But for just $17.50 a month, you get unlimited use of both basic and advanced models and 7,500 credits for things like image and video generation. If you want to try it out for yourself, I'll have a link for i10x in the description down below and a coupon code to get an additional 15% off. Returning back to Flow, we can see that it is now done generating our video. So let's give it a watch together. All right, so pretty cute. Just like with images, if you want to make any edits, you can tell Flow what changes you want it to make. But I'm happy with this one, so I'll click on the top right where it says done. Now we have one clip, but let's say you want to create a second clip and stitch the 2 together into a longer video. You can do that with Flow. We'll start by generating a new clip. My idea is I want a clip of a woman walking around the house looking for her cat, and then it cuts to the cat rolling on his back and ignoring her. So we need that first clip of the woman looking for her cat. So I'll just describe what that looks like. A woman walks around her house looking for her cat. The settings all look good. I only need about 6 seconds, and I'll click on submit. Now notice we don't have any reference images here, and that's okay. You don't need any reference images. You can just put in a text prompt and it'll generate it based on that text. Here's that video. So clicking on it, we can watch this.
Are you under here? Come on, Oliver. Oh, there you are.
All right, that's nearly perfect, except she found the cat and it's the wrong cat, but that's okay. Because what we're going to do is put these together into a scene. To do that, all you have to do is click right here and you can click on add clip. Now we'll select as the second clip for this video, the one of the cat rolling over on its back. and we'll click Add to Scene. That is now creating a scene. You can see both the videos now put together in this same timeline, the one of the woman looking around and the one of the cat. But again, this isn't perfect because this is showing two different cats.
Oh, there you are.
So let's fix that by editing the first clip. Basically what I want to do is cut it off right before she finds the cat. So right about here. So to do that, I can come to this clip and I can just drag this until we get to the point where I want the video to cut off. Perfect. And now if we watch this video back.
Are you under here? Come on, Oliver.
That looks much better, but this video looks a little bit off because the cat's roll doesn't quite work. It's a little bit of a glitch there. So we can fix that by just getting rid of the first part and putting it to right when the cat's on its back already. So let's see if that works better.
Come on, Oliver.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. So now I can click on the top right here where it says done. And if we click on the left here where it says scenes, we can see that video that we just created. You could also find that under all media. So here are all the images. Here are the two videos we generated. And here is the scene. To download any of these assets, you can do that by clicking on the three dots on the top right, hovering over download and choosing what resolution you want to download it at. It works the same way for videos, but for scenes, it works a little bit differently. You first have to open up the scene and then click on the download button from within here. That will then put it together and export it for you. Now, the workflow I just showed you is very intentional. You always want to start with creating images with Flow. From there, you can turn them into videos, and from the videos, you can create the scenes. This is the most efficient way to do it because video generation costs more credits and image generations are cheaper. So you should start with the cheaper one to get the look exactly the way that you want before you start generating the videos. Let me show you a couple of other cool things you can do with Flow. We'll start a new project for this one. And this time, I'll click on the plus icon in the prompt box and I'll select avatar and choose my avatar. The first time that you do this, it will give you a QR code that you can scan with your phone. That will open up a web page where you can actually scan your face. That will create your avatar. And using this, you can insert yourself into any scene. So I will add my avatar to the prompt and I'll say, him riding a unicorn dressed as a knight in a colorful fantasy world. You can choose to use your avatar with either images or videos. For this, since we're just having a little bit of fun, I'll select video. I'll leave it on 16:9. I just need about 6 seconds and I'll generate it. And let's check out what it made for us.
Softly now, my friend. We're almost there.
Yeah, so it can be pretty fun to play around with. And finally, I want to show you Agent. If you click on Agent in the prompt box, this allows you to have a conversation with an agent who will help you create your images or videos for you. So here I'll tell it I'm looking to create a short animated film for my niece, something cute and fun. And now I'll have a back and forth conversation with the agent to work out exactly what this animated film will look like. So I might say that my niece loves animals, for instance, and that she loves fantasy worlds. Here it's giving me a couple ideas, like a red panda who is clumsy. And I'll say, I absolutely love that. So I'll select that one and say, I love that idea. And then it'll begin getting to work on that. It will generate images for you. It will generate videos for you. And that way you don't have to go through the whole process yourself. The agent is walking you through it. Finally, let's talk about credits because Flow works on a credit system. As I showed you before, every generation costs a certain number of credits. Make sure you're looking at how many it's going to cost you before you click on the generate button. To see how many credits you have left, you can click on the top right where it says what plan you have. And here you'll see how many credits you have left. I currently have 980. The number of Google Flow credits you get depends on the Google AI plan you have. If you have a Pro plan, that comes with 1,000 credits. and the $100 Ultra plan comes with 10,000 credits. If you click on the number of credits you have, it will show you your history and how you've spent your credits. So just make sure you're keeping an eye on this so that you don't burn through all your credits in your first week before they reset at the end of the month. So honestly, that's like 80% or more of what you need to know about Google Flow. There are a few more advanced tools, but you'll figure those out as time goes on. This is more than enough to get you started. If you appreciate me making this step-by-step guide for you, do me a quick favor, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm constantly making tutorials just like this one about different AI tools. So you definitely want to be subscribed so that you don't miss out on future ones. In fact, I have one of those tutorials right here for you. This one is about Google Vids, a very powerful free tool from Google that most people have never even heard of. So if you want to see what that's all about, make sure to click on this video right here, and I'll see you over there in 1 second. Bye for now.